Okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Whoa, echo. Sounds good. Good deal. Well, maybe not the most exciting stream tonight, but I figured I'd get on since I had an opportunity. But I really don't have anything planned. That's why I put the Facebook post out, asking what people might want to see, and I didn't really get anything. So I'm just gonna play. I was playing around a little bit earlier with some. Oh, not with you. With some mint that I've been working on as a new crop. Oh, I lost my sound. Something was buggy with my audio, but hopefully you guys can hear me now. Not claiming to be a pro streamer by any means. And you're just fine. Mm. Can you hear the game, or is it just my voice? Because the game is the part I'm having trouble with. I thought I had it figured out, but I was wrong. No game sound. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just don't get any game sound, unfortunately. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I can't figure it out. I'll keep dinking around with it, but we got 4 people in here. Streamlabs. No, I'm doing OBS, but I've actually had this issue on all my streams. I just never looked into it too much. Within a minute or two of going live and streaming, my game sound just seems to go out, and it's a little bit more noticeable right now because I don't have anybody in here playing with me today. But any idea for a release? No, not even a clue because there's so much to do still. I mean, look at the road textures right now. I got to fix all those. I hate the gravel textures I made for these roads, and I got to redo that. Um, I got to add a train. I got to add a town. And if you know how big this map is, I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of farms and areas to customize and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I've got the big feed lot up in the corner. Um, and I've started on that, but there's a whole nother feed lot down here, and it just, yeah, it's not good. Lots to do. I'm not sure what OBS is. There a game sound? Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Because there's game capture. Properties. Let's see. Audio output capture. I guess I'll look this up. OBS game. Oh, man, I can't even get it on my computer to do audio. I think I found in the game capture where it will do that, but properties. Nope. Settings. Audio. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Is your game sounds turned down? No. Oh, where would this be? Game settings? General settings? I don't remember where this is at. Oh yeah, volume master. Yeah, see, it's all there. It's just not coming through. I don't know. And I can't play music because I'll get flagged from YouTube for that. So I guess anybody know any good jokes? Oh, I gotta change that fill plane. See, this is why we test things, folks. It's either my height or my normal map is a little bit too strong for that trailer. Yeah, it just literally like mutes itself. I don't know. Have you played on Ray County at all? No, I haven't. I am. I don't subscribe to any Patreons, so I don't have Ray County. Um, Ray County is that No Creek or is that DR? I can't remember. Either way, from what I've seen and heard, it looks pretty good. But no, the little bit of time I do get to play, I usually stream, and it's on this map here. I can tell my jokes on here. I don't want you to fly. Yeah. You can tell them, but might have to kick you out. Yeah, No Creek. I figured. I think you stream on there a bunch, don't you? Do you have a save game going or still just map testing? Every time I try to start a save game, I just end up finding things that I need to change that would require a new save game to start. So it's just I've been wanting to like this game today actually. I wanted to start a save game today, and then I started getting equipment, and I like to play realistically, so I was like doing all the finances and seeing what land I could buy and what it would cost. One thing led to another, and I need to change this about this price or this land, and it just got away from me. But that's why I've got two, you know, two little wagons and some cheap tractors. That's kind of how I started. I was starting out with hay, but then oh, I know what's going on. Let's see. Need to turn avoid fruit off. Where is it? Huh. Avoid fruit, no. Spot detection, no. Come on, grab a gear, grab a gear, grab a gear. There he goes. So Michael, it's going through a chopper, but it's not actually silage. If you look in the corner, oh, not on this vehicle, I guess. But this is mint, or I guess I could call it peppermint. Um, One thing, like silage is fun. I love running a silage chopper. You know, choppers and combines are kind of my thing, even in real life. And but the thing about farm sim is anytime you chop, to do it right or realistically, you've got to take it to a bunker, you've got to pack it, you've got to ferment it, and then you got to scoop it out and feed it. And you're typically not selling silage. I guess you could in some situations, but um, lots of other things besides just the chopping of it. So I was looking at, okay, how do I enjoy chopping, enjoy growing a crop that I can just chop, load into a trailer, and sell it? And that's when I stumbled upon mint. And mint's not commonly grown in Nebraska, but it could be, uh, according to ChatGPT at least, weather conditions and all that. There's probably just not any place buying chopped mint or distilling it or anything like that. So I thought it was close enough to be realistic since it can grow here to add it in. And now, yeah, we just, oh, we got to get him going again. Now we just chop mint and sell it, and that's it. And then this is the mint distillery. Not a whole lot to see. This is another placeable somebody else built. But at least for now, I just set it up as a chopped mint sell point. So you haul your mint there and sell it, and then you're done, and you get a nice premium from it. There is, and that reminds me actually. Let's do construction, factories. Because, let's put it over here. So not working with another modder on a mint distillery. And that'll be a production site, but it does not appear to be working. So I think once I get mint polished and there's a good like placeable mint distillery, once we get all that polished up, I think we're going to do some sort of joint release. Release mint as a crop you can install on your map, and then the placeable allows you to distill your own mint. Maverick. No, I don't use shaders. AF. I'm trying my best to just turn up game settings and leave it be. There's supposed to be all these nice new things with FS25, so I just try to do that. Uh, AF, I don't really have a dealership right now. Again, I was working with somebody and I need to get them some more pictures and stuff because they were going to actually do some modeling for an Acres equipment dealership, but haven't gotten much done with that lately. So no dealership. I just use store deliveries. Do custom shopping in real life. Enjoy that quite a bit. Yeah, custom is fun. Just hard to set up in FS, because you don't own the land. Um, Custom never pays great. So if you play realistic money wise, like I do, pays better than custom combining, but neither pay great. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. And um, I had a big save game in FS22 where I had two big choppers and 6 or 8 trucks and course play and auto drive and all those things. And I mean, you get those things working together and working well. It's a lot of fun, especially when, yeah, especially when everything's working together. It pays good in real life. Yeah, I mean, not for FS standards. For FS standards, it needs to pay really good. Like what I think corn base game, you get like $30 a bushel for corn or something like that. I think that's what it was in FS22. Like you got to turn it way down to be realistic. But then it's hard to make enough money to buy new equipment all the time like you want to. Tallyhoo, I was looking at a little bit too. Apparently, it's something with Bluetooth, and I'm using Bluetooth headphones. So I need to get away from the Bluetooths to be able to do that, it seems. Because my microphone's all Bluetooth, and I think those fight with each other. And so OBS just turns the game sound off for whatever reason. What's up, Thing 3? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit behind in the chat. Let's go for a ride in here. Yeah, I know the game capture game window's not muted. Confident of that. Dealer would be amazing. Oh, geez. Weird the Bluetooth is. Yeah, that's what the internet said at least. So capture using desktop audio. It says add desktop audio capture. Yeah, so right now I have desktop audio capture on, but I'm nervous it's causing a lot of like static or background noise or something. That won't work. Like my computer speakers play the sound, but they don't play the game sound. Like it's literally just the game sound that's not coming through for me, which is frustrating. The feed line on the map, feasible by yourself or would it require multiplayer? It's not feasible just doing it all yourself, that's for sure. But because of my love for auto drive and for courseplay, it will be set up in such a way that some feeding will be automated, some or optional automated. So if you've got a big like server, 8 guys, 10 guys, whatever, yeah, you can get on there and you'll actually get better efficiency. You'll get better bang for your buck out of your feed. But then if you're on single player, instead of like doing every single thing yourself, because this is 25,000 head of cattle, like just doing one feed wagon at a time is not going to make a dent in anything. Unless you start making unrealistic implements, and I don't like doing that. So the thought is to have like between productions and automated stuff, auto drive, those sorts of things, you'll have the resources available to where you can run it as one guy if you know how to use courseplay and auto drive well. You won't be quite as efficient, but it can be done because it's not always easy to get a good multiplayer game set up, but it's still a pretty big and a pretty cool feedlot if you ask me. Let's go take a look. Because why not? I haven't touched this feedlot in a while, to be honest. I did a lot of work getting all the bunks and all the pens set up and then kind of burned myself out on it and switched to other things. But it's pretty cool. I mean, lots of feed bunks, lots of pens. I haven't even counted the pens, but nice shed. Like I'm gonna replace this shed, I think, with something better. Still gotta finish this like loading and unloading area. But then once that's done, in theory, I could start putting pens together. Oh, sorry, my mic is ahead of my video. Gotta get rid of that shed. And then there's this loading and unloading area. And then there's this area over here. Don't quite know what I'm going to do with all of it yet. Some solid manure collection and loadout and those sorts of things. I need a good place for hay, and I don't have one yet. And then I think over here for hay, and then I also got this shed that retro modding is making for me. So giant, oversized commodity barn with lots of places to put feed, and maybe we'll make it ferment. And I'll make a couple of these like productions, but then the feed mixer will be here and load out. And I suppose we can store hay in here too. I believe actually that was the point of some of these side bays. Yeah, the static cows, they're not temporary because it does help the feedlot feel more full. So I'm going to keep them to some degree, but then I'll add the real cows in intermixed with them too. That way we get a little bit of both. Ah. So we'll get in here, we'll chop a little bit of silage. Whoa. Wish there was a way to get auto drive to load on the other side, but I've talked to the developers a little bit, and it's not going to happen. So I tried adding some fake collisions and things within the header that are invisible, and just doesn't work. And they're not very interested in changing it, at least for that. So they probably got enough on their plate. I'm lost in your game sound. Yeah, it sounds like I just need to do something besides Bluetooth, honestly. And that's fine. I can live with that. When I start making millions and millions of dollars from streaming, I'll buy myself a USB headset. But otherwise, this is what we got. Oh, those aren't raked. I can't go to those yet. Whoops. Oh man. I can't figure out which windrow. We'll go here. Sync offset. I'm trying to figure out how to sync my audio and my video a little bit better, so hang with me. Aha, here it is. Sync offset. So if I go, let me start a timer. Wow, there is a full 20 seconds of delay. That's amazing. Okay. Whoa. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, now I should have audio synced a little bit better. Grind hay. Biggest feedlot we go to is around 2,500 head, and they grind a ton of hay. 500 bales every 15 days. That's with no silage. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not an animal expert. I'm not a feedlot expert. I'm not claiming to be. I'm good on equipment, but not so much on the animals. Um, and 25,000 heads just a lot. I mean, there's bigger, and there's bigger dairies, but for FS, I don't know if there's anything quite this big, unless it's just like a robot farm, if that makes sense. You know, like people make 16x maps, and people make 64x and all the. I mean, I made a 64x and bigger than that. But when you do that, it's so hard to get detail because it's just so big. And so, if there's a feedlot or a dairy out there, I would be curious. And I'm talking about FS. I'd be curious if it actually is something realistic and kind of fun and somewhat detailed and playable, or if it's just be curious. And I'm talking about this. I'd be curious if it actually is something realistic and kind of fun and somewhat detailed and playable, or if it's just whoa, whoa. Pay attention, Nick. Oh, here we go. This works. Yeah, I wasn't always talking Tallyhoo. Yeah, I know. I've been playing with my audio and stuff a little bit and looking at some things, but I think everything's like synced now. So I'm actually talking about 20 seconds sooner than when you're hearing it, but it lines up with the video now, so I'll take it. I sound like I'm far away from the mic now. Okay. Currently working on a real life mega dairy, but it's only a 2x. So what does a mega dairy mean? How many head are we talking? Oh, and yeah, I apologize, guys. I don't know what the mic and all this other stuff. It's just not right. And I apologize. I'm not a great streamer. I know that. But I'm trying a little bit. Like I said, maybe someday if YouTube takes. Okay, I'll try this way. I just changed something. Does it sound any different, better, or worse? You tell me. Oh, it sounds good now. Well, I think that was before I made the change. Is it still good? The 2,500 head is still no slouch. I mean, you think of like how the game's built. They build pens for like 20 cows, and they're making animal pens and gardening and what's the other one? Rice saplings, all this other stuff, and it's just like hobby farmers. Um, but what the audience for a huge mega dairy, mega feedlot, anything like that, there's probably not a ton of us out there who actually want something like that and would play it like crazy. So I don't completely blame giants for doing what they do and why they do it. That's possibly going to touch into another can of worms about all the console mods and everything like that. But if you really want to know my opinion, I'll tell you. But otherwise, we'll move on and keep talking about other things like the pretty corn off to the left. I gotta find a new field. What's a new field I can go try? They can go up to 3,000 head. Yeah. What are console mods? Well, they have to be well optimized to go on console, so I will give them that. I am too wide for this road. But you lose your scripts, and the scripts are the fun part when they work. Ooh, I need to add a culvert there. Whoops. Yeah, they should make two versions of Farm Sim, EU and the other US. I mean, it's kind of already the case. If you look at Grant Hilbert building American farming, I mean, I that's got a lot of potential. I don't care for mobile games, but the fact that he's doing it and he's doing it for the US style of farming, I'm really excited about that. And I really hope that game does well, that he can grow that business. Um, we can't ignore the fact that consoles are more accessible and more people have them, and they're cheaper to get into. So I mean, you can make more money selling console games first. And I think if he had the choice, I'm sure he would expand it into PC. But it's just a matter of how successful his business can be on the mobile side first. So time will tell. But I got pretty excited about cattle and crops back in the day too, and that unfortunately did not work out. So I'm hoping there's a better future for American farming, because there very well could be. I mean, Grant's no dummy. He's done a lot of big things and made some money in his life, and um, yeah, he's no dummy. Yeah, if worst part of the case equipment. Yeah, yes and no. Like, I mean, you got to start somewhere, and I'm sure John Deere corporate isn't the easiest to just hand the keys over and say, "Yeah, here's all our models, here's all our designs. Go crazy with it and make money off our equipment." I mean, remember how many years Farming Simulator struggled to get John Deere in the game, because that was a big announcement. Was it 19? Does anybody remember? It was like 17 or 19 when John Deere finally made it into Farming Simulator as part of the base game. And that was a big deal. I mean, the trailer was all featured with John Deere because they finally got it. Like, it took a while. What farm do you think your long-term save will be? That is a great question. Great question. Here, let me park this guy. Oh yeah, I don't own this land. Let's go for a fly. So really the only farms I have right now. I still need to build one here. Do some sort of smaller one because that's got a cool little path out to a dirt road, and it also has the main road access. Built this one. I'd pretty much call this one done. And this is where I was going to start my save game. Where I thought I was going to start, and I built a farm over here for this reason. Do, 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 do. While we wait, do you have base game corn textures? I have not quite base game, like this is base game, but then I added, like I made the, oh gosh, who made them where they're all yellow at harvest stage and you got the straw. I'm using those right now. It's probably on my to-do list to make some corn textures myself. I did it in 22 and they were okay. But no, I'm just using mostly base game for corn right now. This was the first farm I built on the map actually. Nice long driveway, kind of up into a hill. Got a shed there. You got a shed really kind of tucked away up there. And then this is my shed from 22. I had help building this, but as you can see, it's not quite converted yet. Working on it, put it on the back burner, haven't finished. But this is what it looks like for now. So this is where I thought I was going to start because like mint farming, get a mower, a couple mowers, a chopper, a couple wagons. This should be plenty. I don't need any green bins. Make some money. But then, get distracted, start working on other things. And I wish I could go around the map faster. Yeah, JMF modding's textures. Thank you. Oh, the gravel road textures. Thank you. I appreciate that, but they're not so. I don't know. They need some work. Like they're just pretty plain, and all I did was try to like lighten them for tire tracks, and they're okay. I'm changing them, and then I'm gonna get into Blender and bring them all the way. I'm finally getting good with Blender and the roads and stuff, so I will like that's on my to-do list. Probably next is getting the gravel roads all finished. I was thinking this is kind of a neat farm in real life. You see, I outlined where there's some cow pasture that kind of runs along the river. But I was actually thinking maybe make this some sort of animal dealer. And part of that is it's way tucked up in the corner. And I think it's interesting to have really long hauls and drives to get what you need. And maybe save some money doing that, but long hauls. So to get to there from say the feedlot, you got to go down, yeah, to that intersection, and then follow that for several miles, and then the feedlot is way in this corner of the map. So it takes a while. Lots of unfinished farms, though, lots of them. And there's some cattle there. Here, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. It's kind of a neat little path. And I started making it back in here to a small, like, hidden farm or something. I want to do something cool there. I just don't know what yet. Hidden behind the trees. Oh yeah, I did build this farm. So a little bit different color scheme. Nothing too elaborate. This is a little bit representative of the farm that's here in real life. I mean, the shed's kind of along the road like this, and then I think there's some more things back here, but nothing. Yeah, I don't always go for perfectly synced to real life, but close enough. So there's kind of a neat farm, and maybe some room to build things if you wanted more. Got the Highline towers. Herman, great fan of your work. A super excited for the. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I would also, while I'm appreciative of the compliments, don't hold your breath on this thing either, because it's got a long way to go. Um, Here's another like small start farm. Everything's functional, but maybe some like smaller equipment, just a grain bin. Again, representative of what's here in real life. I think there was like a cattle barn back here, but from the satellite pictures, it looked like it was retired to me, so I just made it like this. Lots and lots of hills. And now we're getting into the feedlot again. Yeah, this is 25,000 head in real life, so it's big. I mean, this is a quarter, and then I don't know, that might be close to a quarter there. It's a lot of area. Lots of opinions or lots of options? There's definitely lots of options for like blank starting farms. I mean, here's another one, just kind of simple, humble little area to start a farm. I don't know what I'm going to build here. Another one here. I think, oh, these buildings, hogs, maybe? I think those are hog buildings in real life. And then I guess more cattle over here. So that's like 3 big cattle farms. There's kind of a neat hay farm over there. And like this little hay patch is a hay patch, and this is like a pasture, I think. So I haven't built it, but it's there. And this actually is kind of a cool area because from what I could tell from satellites, you can only access like these fields here. Well, this one, and these through this little access road. And I think most of this is like fenced off like it was pasture at one point, and now they're farming it. But then you got kind of the creek running through, a couple smaller fields, but kind of off the beaten path. Off the beaten path to come in here and start farming some of this. See, man, really impressive. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. Lots of work still to be done, but we're getting started. See, here's an example, like the UVs, and I'm responsible for this. But I've since learned how to do this better with subdividing and changing my UVs in Blender. So I will get this fixed and I will get better gravel roads. That's probably my next big update. Oh, you see how fast the cars go, by the way? 65. Another cool farm. This will be a fun farm to build whenever I get to it. Got some grain bins here and kind of a shed, and then more sheds back there. Might be a little more like a mid-size type of place. Where is? Oh, so if you saw in one stream, we mowed a circle and it took us forever. Yeah, this is that circle we were mowing. And I'm actually really excited because the realistic weather mod, uh, there's code in there where water and moisture affect your yield, which is going to be awesome because we can start putting stuff like this in there, and I don't have to make the field circular anymore. I can keep it a square, but then we still get an irrigated interior circle, and we got to run pivots. So I'll have to figure out what to do on pivots. Hopefully there's a better way than what was done in 22. 22 was okay, but it didn't work great if you worked with my pivots at all. What size is this map? This is a 16x, so 16 kilometer. What is that? 5 miles by 5 miles. And this is, I mean, the fields and everything are 1-to-1 scale, real life. Um, I'm not doing everything perfect to what real life is. I'm tweaking it to make it fun for Farm Sim. But yeah, this is if you know Creston, Nebraska, this is Humphrey, Nebraska over here, and it's all there. And it's not quite in the map, but Madison, Nebraska is up there, and then here's the town of Creston. AF, you asked about. Oh, we gotta get this guy going. Somebody asked about the town, right? I thought it looked bigger. Yeah, it sure feels big when it's empty, I suppose. And it takes a while to get around the map. Another thing on my long, long to-do list, if you see that indent here, I don't think it's active anymore, but there is a train and train tracks that run through this area in real life. So and it runs all the way and kind of S curves and goes up there and goes all the way through the map. That'll be a learning experience for me. I don't know if I'll make it an actual live train or if I'll just do the tracks. Leaning towards just the tracks, but I do want to put the tracks in and make them look good and do all the railroad crossings. Um, Another farm. These are some buildings OS modding made in 19 or 22. I converted over. So that's a Larson's farm. Besides the grain bins, which clearly aren't finished, this is pretty much to scale for Larson's in real life. Only difference is it's a little bit built on a hill. I don't think theirs is very hilly in real life, but I like the hills. It keeps things interesting. So go check out the town actually. Mhm. You farm the whole map on your 22 map. No. I never, well, I had a couple save games going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One thing I never did though, I made it a 16x in FS22, and I actually played a lot of the 16x, but it was never finished. I only did a couple farms. Um, Probably like to the point of where this one is almost. But I played that one a lot. Had quite the save game going for a while, and that I had a lot of fun on that. Okay, so we're getting close to town here. So let me zoom way out. And there's going to be buildings scattered all over because my primary goal has been the roads. But I did get the roads going. So I'm just pulling some Giants houses out. Whoa. Got some stuff to fix. Better go around that. If I can get to it. Oh yeah, take a left here, take a right. So some semblance of a grain elevator, far from finished. I got to figure out how I want to route trucks into there, but I know it'll be there on the map. But are getting a co-op. This is just taken straight from Missouri River Bottoms. They did a nice job with this, and putting it in this map. So it doesn't, it's not without work, but yeah, seed trigger. There will be a gas station across the road, but just haven't finished it yet. And then just kind of some decoration, general store. Plenty of work to do. Oh, there's a house I actually finished. So some things that, oh, I know what I could show. What's up, Luke? Haven't talked to you in a while. Are you guys planting yet? Gonna go finish editing. See you later. Okay. See you, AF. Thanks for stopping in. What's up, Zachary? Got the weeds, got the weeds. Duck under here. Ooh, I gotta do different with this. So this will be a football field, and then a school up there, and then I think it's right through here. Oh no, this way. Yeah, baseball stadium. Yeah, cool little baseball stadium. And the lights turn on at night. And it's very cool. This is not my work. Just like the Missouri River Bottom thing. I just am installing it here on the map as a. I think this was a placeable, and I just made it not a placeable. I just put it in here. Luke, I've been doing good. Working away and playing whenever I get a chance, free time, but working on this 16x map, and it takes 16 times as much work as my first map did. Because now I'm learning Blender and everything too, and it's there's a lot. I was always really against learning Blender or doing anything in Blender for a long time, and I never did it in 22. But now I'm slowly figuring out how to do Blender. Okay, so flight. So we'll have another fertilizer, lime, those sorts of things here along the road. Probably a week out from planting. Yeah, I'd say we're maybe in a similar boat. I got my first planter start up tomorrow, uh, but we're easing into it. Dollar General. So yeah, I guess that's the town. You can come in from this main highway here. Come in, you go by the general store, your seed and fertilizer buy point, the grain elevator. You can go out this highway. I plan on putting the dealership right there. You can go out this highway. or excuse me, the South Highway takes you over kind of towards like the Larson Farm. This highway takes you to another paved highway that runs north-south, and then the rest is just town. Be a fire department right here. Yeah, paved road over here. I was thinking of adding another dealership right in here, like a I don't know, Agco or Case or something. I just don't have a good design for one right now. Just kind of waiting to see what some other maps come out with. And I may install it. Zach, oh, just streaming away. I guess I'm not really even playing right now. I'm just kind of showing off the map. These are a little bit better gravel textures, but should have kind of kept him going. 24-hour stream. Yeah, maybe not. I got some work to do tomorrow. I got things to do. And actually, this is about the only time I play. Most of my time I spend building stuff or modding or things like that. You know, like putting these LSWs on this chopper, putting logos on acres, and I converted that pickup head. That's like from FS 19 or 17 or something, but I like how wide it is. So I've been using it for mini games now. You know, radio up there. There's always more I want to do, you know. Bunch pretty fun once you get the hang of it. Yeah, you kind of get in a flow with Blender, and it does work. It does work. There's a lot you can do and a lot you can screw up too. Um, and I beat my head against the wall for a long time on the roads in Blender, just trying to figure out those. Figure, I would think roads, just flat plains, would be pretty easy to figure out, and I always struggled with that. Um, I had some help getting these roads, especially the gravel roads, going the first time, and now I think I've got it all figured out. So I'm redoing everything. I know what I can do. I'm gonna jump in this guy. And according to my yield monitor, I'm on the West 80 at 22% moisture, and this wheat is yielding 214 bushel an acre. My goodness, this gleaner can bring it in. I actually heard these N7s were tanks in their day. Just all kinds of power would run circles on around anything else out there. And then not a whole lot's changed since these days. Did the shed we made for yeah, I actually showed it earlier, Luke. Oh, look in the distance. It's up on the hill. I haven't finished converting it, but it's probably 80% done. We're getting there. Now that I know Blender, I'm tempted to change some things too, but I don't know. I'm not a man with a ton of time for all the projects I've got on my want list either. Field state. So wheat, barley, canola, maize. Should just take potatoes out. Sugar beets, take those out. Beetroots, green beans, spinach. Speaking of that, if you guys follow Thunder, the brilliant scripter for Farm Sim, he's got a function in his default types add-on where you can blacklist things. So if it's a crop, like you don't want sunflowers, you can blacklist sunflowers. The game won't load it. Your save game won't load it. You won't have to worry about it anymore. Also, if you don't care for certain vehicles, notice here, I've got very few small tractors. I blacklisted a lot of them. I've got a lot of mods in my medium tractors, but I blacklisted a lot of these. What's something? Yeah, like flatbed trailers. There's nothing. There's nothing here. Cultivators, all but one. So I like that because with a 16x map, it helps things load a little bit faster because a 16x is not a fast loader. Are you still on here, Luke? Oh, I think there's a way to watch who's in the stream. Oh, maybe not. And some of these views. That's why I love the big rolling hills, because look at that. Like you can just see all, I mean, that's all map right there. I don't have a deal outside the map. Just long, rolling, hilly, beautiful. Okay, if Luke's still in here, enough of that romanticism. Let's go look at this. And I guess for everyone watching the stream, let's do farmland buy. Obviously, like textures and all that stuff, I will get fixed. But if you've got any suggestions for a V2 of this shed, I am all ears because Luke did a great job and then I made it mediocre. So I must have, yep, those doors don't work. Yeah, like this. Originally, I intended it to be kind of a wash bay thing, but I don't know. Now that I think about it, you'd bring something all the way in, drive it over there. Like, I almost think it's better to have one of these be a wash bay. So you're just in and out. I mean, that a wash bay. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. kind of a little office break room, and then meeting room. Oh, I took that out because the textures or something. Oh, I gotta fix lights. Yeah, see, it's not done. It's 80%. What I really ought to do is make some sort of like landing or deck for parts, for totes, for parts, what have you. I don't think up here is probably the best. I don't really want to block the view to the shop. I guess I could go like that corner, have a upper deck, bring it out to maybe here or here. You kind of have an enclosed area for tools, parts on top. Could still bring a vehicle here if you wanted to. That's an idea. Move the wash bay over there. Okay, I'll have it done tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I was putting raindrops on everything and I forgot to take them off. Sorry. Let's see how everything else is doing. Well, they're clipping along, kinda. I guess if I'm showing things off, I think I showed this off on another stream, but this is a pretty interesting, what looks like a dairy. You can see even the DEM, when I pulled the terrain data in, it even grabbed the silage pile. Like the DEM is that accurate, which is fun. Makes this a lot of fun. But some, kind of a feed area here. I think this is like some pasture. Harvest stores. But really kind of an interesting little area. And you got some slurry pits. I can only assume that's how I built them at least. So, ooh, this is the first stuff I did in Blender making these, and it's all right. It does the job, I suppose. But it took me many, many tries. Herman, did I convert most of your mods from 22 yourself? Uh, it kind of depends. There's a lot that I've done, and there's some that I've just found and tweaked and stuff. I mean, what would you call my mods? What do I have out on itch? I don't even remember. Go to my itch, textures, pivot, combine XP, textures, headers. Yeah, I mean textures. Oh, I know what I can show you guys. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna go field state. Again, work in progress. But if we go to Ridge till. Boom. Strip till textures. What do you think? Work in progress, but strip till textures. And this is not the row crop ready stuff. This is this row crop ready won't work on 16x. So this is what I did in FS 19. Yeah, 19. Because I made stuff like this, and now I'm redoing it in 25. So if you go around corners and stuff, the lines will follow. But it's not actually individual work areas, it's just a texture. So I'm excited about this too. One of the many, many, many things that I've got to get going on because I've got lots to do. I got 12,000 acres of farm ground. And this took some time just building all these fields and optimizing the waterways. And man, he's still going. 20 more minutes. He's out of here. I don't know. What else you guys want to see? Ooh. Ooh, not quite deep enough. Oh, I guess it just depends. Like this, I'm not sure if he wants me to call him by name or not yet, but there's somebody else that I work with or have been working with on some things. And this is all his work. I suggested like the acre sticker, and I've given some feedback on, the radio and some other things, but he's done 98%, well, 99% of this, getting it all up to snuff. This is all public. I didn't do any of this. I need to put that steering wheel down though. I don't love the enter animations because then when you tab between vehicles, yeah, see, look, the steering wheel's up. That's not right. See, those are the things like any mod I get in, I start noticing those things and I want to change it and just add more and more to my to-do list. Because if I sit in the cab view of this tractor, I want the steering wheel to be in my lap like it is in real life. I don't want it to be up in the air. So I don't want to keep playing like this. My gut tells me I need to go change it. But this is all just public stuff for now. I don't remember where I found this. Public, public, public. This is, oh, I just need to look it up. Do it the right way, Nick. So LJR modding made this, and I just tweaked it. So I tweaked the pricing. put some custom tires on there, custom duals. He did the tint, added some decals. Yeah, so I edited this for just my own use, but this is not my mod. This is LJR's. Plenty in here that is not my stuff. Oh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's fine. It's just a conversion. Or maybe I downloaded this one, but I tweaked it like this silage thing, made that a different color, made the pickup a different color, some things like that. But this, I'm really waiting for customs to come out. Because I've actually worked with custom, or I shouldn't say worked, I've talked to custom modding about their 561, and I've sent them some pictures and stuff. So they're doing it right and they're doing good work. I'm just waiting for that to come out whenever Giants is not behind. And this is out. Oh man. Linear pivot. Finances, harvest income, 6 grand. In mint sales. Well, guys, if there's any final thoughts, leave them in the chat now. I think I'm running out of things to show off, or maybe I'm just getting tired. But I think I'm going to wrap up here in the next little bit. I think you were stuck. Okay, I'm going to call it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please do that. Do the whole like and all that stuff. If you feel that I've earned that, I'll try to keep you guys updated best I can on the map progress because it slow and steady, but it is in progress all the time. So everybody have a good night and catch you next time.